Hi, this is Brian from Fruit Powered. I'm here with Dan McGrogan. Dan is 33. He's from Luzerne, Pennsylvania, and he paid a visit to Arnold's Way to come learn about how Arnold runs his operation, and with a special interest in the 30-day program.
Yes.
The 30-day raw challenge Arnold runs. Dan has a really great story on how he got into raw food, and I'm really excited that Dan wants to take some of Arnold's ideas and implement them at his own raw Vegan Cafe in Luzerne. Dan, why don't you tell us about how you got going and what your big plans are?
Sure. Well, it's about 2 years and 3 months ago. I knew that I needed change in my life. I was an alcoholic. I ate the standard American diet, and I was kind of just spiraling out of control, and life was not going well for me. So I started to read up on veganism and vegetarianism, and neither of those two diet plans really did it for me, because I wasn't so much interested in saving animals at that time in my life, where now I'm much different and I'm very concerned about that issue. So one night I was out late at the bar and I came home and I put on Netflix, and there was a recommended video for me to watch titled Food Matters. So I hit play on it because I was interested in the whole change of diet, and that video literally changed my life, and it started to teach me about the raw vegan lifestyle. And so I watched that, then I purchased a book immediately titled The Raw Food Detox Diet by Natalia Rose, and I read that book, and I was gung-ho to change my diet. However, there was one thing I was not willing to change about my life, and I was not interested in giving up alcohol. So I said, all right, I'm going to implement this new diet, but alcohol stays. So a couple weeks went by, 3 weeks goes by, I'm eating about 80% raw, 20% cooked, and the next thing I know is I cannot tolerate alcohol any longer. I need it out of my diet because it was severely affecting my vitality. So before I knew it, I was no longer interested in drinking alcohol any longer, and I found that very interesting because in the past I've tried to stop drinking alcohol, and I believe the longest I ever made it was about 3 to 4 weeks time without drinking, and I had to have it back because it was the only way that I knew how to feel good. So, sorry, I'm laughing a little bit there, but
The cameraman yawned.
Cameraman yawned.
That's all right. So Food Matters, you know, it's funny you mentioned that, because that movie is one of the ones I watched myself.
Okay.
Right about the time I went vegan, which was, I had about a 3-month window when I went vegan, and then I went raw 3 months after. And I learned a lot from that film as well.
Yeah, it was a brilliant film. It introduced the idea of digestive leukocytosis to me, which is, what that means basically is whenever we eat cooked food, our body's white blood cell count increases because our body believes that it's being poisoned. So once I heard that bit of information, I said, all right, I really need to start researching this. I need to know if this is the truth, because if it is, this is exactly how I want to start leading my life. I need this raw diet in my life.
So Dan, you also mentioned weight loss. So I was curious about how long it took you to release this weight.
Sure.
Whether it happened very quickly or to come in stages, anything you might have changed up along the way?
Sure, yeah. In the book, The Raw Food Detox Diet that I mentioned earlier, I'm grateful that I started there because the author taught me about food combining, and I feel like that's such a critical thing for anybody to implement into their diet. Whether they're eating a raw diet or a standard American diet, food combining is very critical for good health. So I would say one of my intents was not to exercise to prove that I could lose weight without exercising, because I was tired of hearing people say you have to exercise to lose weight. So throughout, I would say a 6-month period, I walked. I wanted to do something. I had so much energy that I just needed to get out there, and I took long walks and some hikes. And I would say in about 6 months, I must have dropped about 60 or 70 pounds just from doing raw, vegan, cooked dinner, which was properly food combined. All meals are properly combined. And I would say to officially lose about 100 pounds, it may have taken another 2 or 3 months longer than that. And the weight literally just disappeared off my body. It was amazing.
Wow.
Truly.
That's amazing. I really love these stories once you have that magic number of 100 pounds.
Yeah.
I've had the fortune of talking to a few people in the past couple of years who've lost that amount of weight. The stories are just great because they have so much joy, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And now, I want to ask you about the restaurant you were opening, Nucleus Raw Foods in Luzerne,
Yes.
Pennsylvania. Why don't you say where this is so people can place it on a map so they can come to your place and
Absolutely,
check it out?
make it a destination.
Yes.
Well, Nucleus Raw Foods is located in the small town of Luzerne, Pennsylvania, which is a suburb of Wilkes-Barre. It's located in both the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre area. It's a small store, but it could seat about 15 people, and I'm real excited to create a destination similar to Arnold's restaurant where people could come and it's very important that I could communicate education to people as well there, and I plan on having a great book selection on many different topics. I'm going to carry Arnold's books and Brian's books, and the food selection is going to be very similar to Arnold's way because he has a beautiful menu and the prices are reasonable, and that's what I plan on doing as well, is not creating this huge profit margin with my meal prices. I want to keep it where a middle class and lower class people can afford to eat this way as well. It's very important that everybody can have access to this type of food.
One more thing I want to talk about, and that is green smoothies. You know, I was a bit surprised when you mentioned you never had smoothies before, but you've been eating a raw diet for 2 years. Because you were big into natural hygiene, and smoothies might not be called for as much as they are in the modern day.
Yeah.
So, what did a green smoothie feel like the first time you had that?
It was pretty funny for me because I've never been a smoothie drinker. I think I've tasted one right when I very started this, and I just never enjoyed them. It was a green smoothie. It didn't do it for me because I was doing juice at that point, and I absolutely love green juice. And so we set up in Arnold's place my first day here, and Brian, he makes a huge pitcher. How big are those Vitamix pitchers? About 64 ounces
64,
or something?
Yeah.
And you did a whole pitcher for yourself, didn't you?
It wasn't quite that much.
It wasn't quite that much? Well, it looked
11
like
bananas and a quarter pound of romaine.
For not being a green smoothie drinker, looking at that pitcher, it looked full. Because the last thing I'd want to do is drink a green smoothie. And let me tell you what, I asked Brian, look, give me advice. Tell me exactly how to make my very first green smoothie. And he told me the ingredients to put in, which was banana, kale, apple, pear, and some water. Blend it up. Absolutely beautiful.
That's the Arnold's Way version. Yeah.
That is the Arnold's Way version. Beautiful drink. It is now probably going to be the start of my day and also other meals during my day too. The energy that you get from drinking this is just outstanding, and also the calories too, which seems to be something that many people ask about, is how to add up calories throughout the day. And what did you say a banana was? About 105 calories per banana. And how many bananas do you get into one of your smoothies?
I use 11.
11 bananas, so that's 1,100 and change calories just in one smoothie.
Yeah.
It's huge.
It is a way to add up the calories. Well, Dan, I have a feeling we're going to be working together a lot.
Yes.
We're going to be like a bit of a next door neighbor.
Absolutely.
Little bit of a hike, hour and a half next door neighbor, but that's still close in raw food world.
Yeah,
considering
it is
there aren't
close.
that many, across the country.
Definitely. And I'm grateful for that, and I really look forward to working together with you. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you very much.
Yay,
Appreciate
Dan.
it. Thank you.
Yay.
Thanks.
All right, turn it off.
Stay tuned for more.